Welcome back to the Patient Man. Here we are. I am down on this beautiful little river, little bend here. It is eerily peaceful, very quiet, and beautiful birds going off everywhere. It's really lovely. Today's subject, everybody. Today's subject is, I think, one that most people would suffer from to a certain degree, but for me, I think it's a really big one. My personal opinion on it, this is my personal opinion on it, and what I think, what I believe the cause of this is, only because I suffered it I would say 90% of my life now, and the last 10% would be in the last couple of years. And I still do fall into moments like that, but I can manage them better now. And it is people pleasing. People pleasing. Now, I've been in a lot of different industries in my life, working industries, and I've met so many different people. And for me personally, my experience with the most common and the highest amount of people pleasers are typically, in my experience, are ones who are in services. So nurses, doctors, disability support workers, all people like that. Now, my theory on that is that the feeling of someone who's a people pleaser to give and make someone else feel amazing is the common. That most people pleasers will give everything they have, every ounce of energy to making someone else happy rather than themselves. So that's my experience with it. That's my understanding, my interpretation of a people pleaser. I see it all the time in disability support where, people come in and do such a great job of supporting someone with a disability, but they lack their own self-care, and they lack one of the biggest things one of my biggest sticklers, something that I always completely rant on about, and this is what people pleasers absolutely lack. And they lack it so badly. It's so obvious now for me to see this, but the people pleasers don't ever see this. But I bet you any money they feel it. It's boundaries. And if you're a people pleaser, tell me that you feel this, because I know you do. I know you do, and you can't tell me any differently. Do you know when someone asks something of you, or someone needs something from you, and in your being, in your internal environment, you want to say no, but you just can't, because you are so afraid of putting someone out or making someone feel sad, or you think you're being selfish because it's about you. Boundaries for people who are people pleasers is so hard, man. And I watch it all the time now. I watch people and I actually pull them up. I say, listen, you do such a good job, but you really need to be careful of how much you put out versus what you put in. And people pleasers never ever do anything for themselves, never ever. But they'll consistently drive themselves into the ground. Now, my understanding of why I believe people pleasing is around, and I don't think it's news to anyone really, but it's just my interpretation. Subconsciously, our brain is wanting or needing something. So subconsciously, which I would entail back to early childhood or some sort of trauma maybe, of needing to be heard, seen, and feel loved. And people pleasers tend to not feel complete or happy until everyone else around them is happy. And if people are sad around them, all they want to do is fix and make that person feel great at any cost. If the people pleaser is absolutely exhausted, has got nothing left, and they see a loved one who is down and out, they will find one of the most amazing things. They'll find energy from somewhere to be able to give that person, to make that person feel happy. They will exhaust themselves to the nth degree to make anyone in their environment happy. Now, if you do know a people pleaser, they're one of the most, and I'm talking about myself too, we we are, I'm not going to say they because I am still one. We are the most loving, thoughtful, beautiful people in the whole world. We really are. We always think about everyone else. We always on detail. We always make sure we understand about everything and everyone, and no one feels left out. And we're amazing people. The only one thing people pleasers need, and it's really hard sometimes because people don't understand this, other people, is they need reassurance that they are loved, that they're heard, they're seen, and that they are valued. Because it's hard because most people pleasers have an eccentric, not always, but they have an eccentric personality, or they have a good amount of masks they can put on that project confidence or project self-sufficiency. They don't need anyone else. But internally, their internal environment is scared and vulnerable and wants to be loved and heard and seen. And people who have people in their life like that, they tend to think, oh, they're okay. They don't need compliments. They seem like they're doing well. They're external. Because our masks are so good, we can convince people that we're all okay. But when you reassure someone who is a people pleaser or who has that anxious attachment, most of the time, especially if they're not very in touch with their emotions, you'll tend to find you'll give them praise and they'll go, oh, yeah, no, to tell you, and they'll tend to shift focus, look away, they'll dissociate their body movements, and I can tell straight away. If I meet someone I know they're a people pleaser, I always throw a compliment, and I can see straight away their shoulders will hunch in, they'll turn sideways, and they'll change the subject, because that inner child, that real deep inner sense of love and scared for them is getting touched, and their subconscious is realizing that someone's got past the mask and they're hitting that real sensitive spot. So they do that dissociation, or they do that changing of subject. So guys, all I'm going to say to you is, if you have a people pleaser in your life, and everyone would have one, absolutely. My friends know I'm a people pleaser, and I love doing things for my friends and my wife and family, and I always have. I ring everyone, I talk and all this. I love doing, oh, that hurt, that was a big march fly. Cherish those people. Cherish them, because I always say this to my wife, and she's even said this to me, that one day when I do go someday, whenever it is, that, you know, people miss people pleasers, especially ones with really good hearts, because they're the initiators. They're the ones who get things going. They put the energy into things. They drive things forwards, and you have to have the yin and yang in marriages and relationships, friendships, everything. And people pleasers are a big part of the world, and we are beautiful people, and we just need to be loved, even though, on the contrary, if you guys think we don't, we are amazing people. Anxious attachment and people-pleasing people are so amazing, and if you have one in your life, keep them close to you. Cherish them, love them, support them, because they're the pusher. They're the love. They are true love. They are the presence of love. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that with you. Love yous all. And in the comments below, please leave in the comments below, are you an anxious attachment sort of person? Are you a people pleaser? And if you are, have you ever had that feeling in your body when you say yes verbally before you think, you say yes to please, but your inner environment says, no, please don't, please don't, please don't. Are you playing yourself off with yourself? Love yous all.